Hello, I hope you're all well. Welcome to the second video on my writing channel. Okay, if you don't know who I am, well, my real name is Sarah Ross, but I write as Arabella Kingsley, and I've been writing as Arabella Kingsley since about 2014. I was writing before that, but I wrote under my own name. So I decided to start this channel to talk about some things that have happened to me in writing, to give some writing tips to help you out there if you're starting off, or if you're well, whatever stage of writing you're at. Yeah, if you want to gain more confidence, whatever. I do writing mentorship, and all the links are in the description below. I also have a load of free books on Inkitt, and I have tiers on there, subscription tiers, so check them out as well. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is Amazon versus Inkitt and my experience with both. And I'd love to know more about yours if you've tried it already. And to try and see which one's best or which one I would recommend. Now, I started writing with Amazon. I have been traditionally published quite a few times. I am now doing my own stuff because I don't trust publishers anymore. And I think literary agents are a complete waste of time. But that's another story. I have had an agent as well. So yeah, I've had the works. But you have to make your own decisions about that and go on your own journey. That's not what we're talking about today. It's whether, if you want to do your own thing, whether you should go Amazon or Inkitt or both. Okay, so I started writing on my own, and I had great success in 2014. I even had a book called His that knocked off 50 Shades of Grey from a top position twice and stayed there for about 3 days. So I was really pleased about that. But with all these platforms, you've got algorithms, and the algorithm seemed to like me for quite a while, and then it dropped me like a stone. Okay, which is what happens. That's just part of the course. You have to change things up a bit, tweak things. And people, readers are pretty, this is what I want. Yeah, and I don't mean to sound awful, but some of them can be very dictatorial and controlling. And you'll see that from comments that you get on Amazon or wherever it is. And then you've got those loyal, wonderful, fantastic readers who just support you and who will take on other people who are commenting on for you, and they are worth it. They're better than gold. They are just amazing. Okay, but so it's quite difficult. Amazon's a good starting point because it allows you to feel like you are publishing your work. They give you 70%. So they are taking some money off for your book being on the platform, okay, and for them formatting it and doing everything else and sort of promoting it with the algorithm. But I now see Amazon as a sea, like the sea of dead books that you put on there and they just go to the bottom. It's saturated, okay? So that was what prompted me to have a go at Inkitt. Now, Inkitt is a lot of free books. And that's the thing with this game of writing. You have to give a lot of away for free. It frustrates me, but it's the nature of the game. You've got to get people comfortable with your writing. And then a lot of the time, you've had things floating around from 2014 on Facebook, the internet, everything, people value, they wouldn't pay for an ebook because I had my ex-mother-in-law. Why should I pay for an ebook? It's not put in binders. It's not an actual book. Why should I pay for it? Well, you should pay for it because that writer's put a lot of hard work in it so you can enjoy your story. Okay, but you've had all these ideas, people they would pay more for a cup of coffee from Costa's or Starbucks than they would for your book. All of these things that have been floating around demoralizing writers, especially if you're doing it with ebooks. And then you've got the gatekeepers, your literary agents for the publishing world, and a publishing world that will not take a chance on new writers. It's the same with the film industry. I mean, look at all the films. You get the same crap coming out over and over again. They won't take a chance on anything new because it's all down to money. So this is why you have to take things into your own hands. And that's why I did in 2014. I was traditionally published by middle of the road publishers, Stormy Night Publications, who were very dictatorial about what I should write. They didn't want to take on, they wanted to control it. And then you had Blushing Books, which are complete nightmare and are being hauled through the courts because of the way they went on. They've now changed their name. So you had all of that going on. So I had that, but then I decided to do my own thing. And I actually had more success doing my own stuff. Yes, I went round the road of all getting a literary agent. It took me forever to get one. I got one and she did bugger all. I'm sorry for my language, but I'm so frustrated. Didn't promote my work. In fact, in her words, got the girls in the office to read my work and wouldn't actually promote it. I mean, if you've watched Frasier, God, I'd give anything for a BB. Check her out. The agent in Frasier is absolutely brilliant. Okay, and they're just not interested. And I know it's been a difficult turnover for them in the industry as well. They can tell you their own story. But again, these gatekeepers. So if you're not getting anywhere, try it yourself. I had fantastic success. I became number 5 erotic romance writer on Amazon overall. It was fantastic. I was in the top 200 and stuff like that. It was amazing. Okay, but then they introduced Pages Read on Amazon and everybody's profits fell. I was just getting going and basically destroyed it for writers. A lot of people left and I grew weary. I wanted to try other things and people like to keep you in a niche. So it was very frustrating for me and I ummed and awed about it and my work just wasn't getting anywhere. I went and did other things for a while. I've written scripts, all sorts of stuff, and I did other things. Then I came back to it. I tried to put stuff back on Amazon. I've had my work stolen, yes, off Amazon, who are at pains to say, oh, no, it's all right. We take care of it. No, they don't. They don't give a toss about you, okay, as a writer. They are all about their readers. There is no balance. And as I reminded them once, sorry for the rant, but it's very frustrating. A lot of their writers, their authors that they disrespect so much are also readers and buy off there as well. And, awful. They didn't give a care in the world that my work was stolen from them. And it wasn't just me. There were a ton of others from right at the top to right at the bottom on Free Novel. Was it freenovel.com? And this guy, he was actually, somebody pushed it with the FBI and he was arrested. But I've seen something come up again. So please protect your work. Amazon don't. So you protect it as much as you can, okay? And that is my experience. I also had a middle-of-the-road publisher, Blushing Books, who go by a different name now, so be very careful who you're giving your work to. Good novels, not very good either. A lot of tech companies trying to make money off you, okay, as with hope culture, okay? So be wary of these things, okay? And I'm trying to think of what I was going to say next. I'm starting to rant. So yeah, I had my work stolen. I've had it manipulated. I had Blushing Books. Suddenly, because I went back to them. I gave them the majority of my work. I had a book contracted, which was one of my bestsellers, with another publisher. And I got it back and I decided, no, I'm not going to give that to you because this publisher had manipulated me with it. All sorts of things. So I decided I wasn't going to give it to them and they didn't like it. They removed all of my work without telling me. They violated the contracts. I had to get the Authors Guild in the US to talk to them, get all the rights back, everything. They thought they could do whatever they wanted. And I know they've been hauled over in the courts by other people having claims against them. So you need to keep your wits about you. Check every detail in that contract. And I know it's boring, and even if you've signed quite a few with them before, you need to be checking it again because they change things. Okay, and this company was changing things all of the time. Okay, and when some of us tried to speak out about it on their, they had a like a little platform where they did their work with you edits, things like that, and that you could talk to other people. And if you talked about it, they just removed you. Okay, so be aware. Okay, now Inkitt, let's get to Inkitt. Well, the first time I went on there, I thought, oh, it's just free again. You want to be making money at this as well. Let's be honest, okay? You got to run it like a business, as I had a friend once say to me, and he was correct. You got to have your wits about you these days. You know, gone are the times when you could just write a story and send it to a publisher or an agent. They accept it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? You got to do everything yourself. So why not get the profit for yourself? Okay, set yourself up as your own little publishing venture. You can even have a name for your publishing venture. Mine is Lost Girl Publishing. Oh, it was Lost Girl Publishing. I've changed it now to Arabella Kingsley Publishing. Or I'm going to be doing that anyway. So you get all the profit yourself. Now, Inkitt, at the time, I thought, well, I'm going to try and get my writing career going again because I've decided to go back to it. And so I started to do that. No results, so I went away. Then I had an email come to me a couple of years later saying that they were setting up a subscription tiers on Inkitt. Okay, and so I thought, all right, I'll try this out. So I went on there. I have nearly 200 books, okay? And some of them aren't finished, but they're nearly 200 books, okay? And a majority of them are finished. And I thought, well, I'll try. So I put some on there for free and they were working fantastic. Then I thought, right, well, I'll try the subscription tier. Tried that. And yeah, it was good. I got subscribers. But and when you do these tiers, you're allowed to keep all of the money. They take no money. So there's no Amazon are taking, you know, you've got, you get 70% royalties, okay? And Inkitt, they don't take anything from you from the tiers at the moment. But, you know, these things change. So I don't know, but that's continuing. It's very new, though. This happened to me. They told me about this, I think it was September, October last year, or it could have been earlier. I can't remember exactly. I went on there, did it. Now, it was new. So there was a lot of readers, oh, why do I have to pay? Why is it? Well, because it's my work. And would you work for free all the time? These people. So there was a bit of that, and that's always going to happen when you're changing over. It had been free all the time for them. And, you know, you want to be giving stuff out there as well because it promotes you. But then I had people on the tiers who were saying that they couldn't access one of my books, and she was shouting at me, this woman, horrible, oh, you said you, blah, blah, blah. And I had put it all on there, and I actually go to Inkitt, and it was to do with the system. The system hadn't allowed her access to it. So there was a little bit of argy-bargy going on there. So in the end, I found it very overwhelming. I had lots of other things going on. I had YouTube going on. I have 2 other channels. I have a load of channels. I was doing all sorts of things. So I pulled it all off. Then about 3 weeks ago, I decided, no, I'll go back. And this time I'll do it properly. So I'm still loading my books on a little bit at a time. I now have subscriptions. They seem to be worked out a lot better now. You can charge whatever you want. You can have small, you can have middle of the road, and then you can have big amounts, you know, and whatever you believe. I've got one with a back catalogue for $45, a month, because it's going, every single book's going to go in there, and which is nearly 200, and then other books as well. And there are people willing to pay that for you. They do value you. Also good to have free books going. It promotes you, and it's fun because people, you know, you're building your popularity with it. Okay, so far so good. I'm really impressed. And I'm really hoping that they protect my work more. They are very much, there's more balance between, helping the author and helping the reader get what they want. There's more balance. Where Amazon, they say they have a chair in their board meetings for their customer. What they don't have is a chair for their authors, or their the people who sell products on there. They don't give a toss about them. They're just using them. It's greedy mentality. Okay, so this has more balance. So at the moment, so far so good, and I would highly recommend it. But don't put everything on there for free. And you can write your story on there. So say you've got one chapter of something. Put the chapter on there, put it on for free, then write your other chapters, put them in a tier. Okay, get people to like you. There is a predominance of them liking werewolves. Okay, and erotic romance, dark mafia, whatever. But you can even put poetry on there. I've even put a spiritual book on there. Okay, so you do get it's just as it's growing. There is also something with the analytics where Galatea, who owns it, they are a publishing company and they look for people to publish who is popular on there. If you go to your analytics on it, it will show you've got to get to 100% for them to consider you. It doesn't mean if you get to 100% that they're going to take you on. Okay, and at the moment, there seems to be a lot of werewolf stuff. So if you're writing about werewolf romance, then you're in there. Okay, but it's growing, and it's great to get on these things, when they're growing. Okay, Amazon, the minute they did pages read, it was so greedy. Quite frankly, they'll say it a completely different way, obviously, because they're a company. But I was just getting going, and it's caused a lot of personal problems for me as well. No doubt it would have done for other people as well. So, but after having my work stolen, Amazon not giving a toss, and it was stolen from Amazon, okay, and from Blushing Books. Blushing Books put it onto Amazon. They had a publisher account, and it was stolen from there. That's just pretty crap, really. So, number one, protect your work at all costs, because they're in every industry, in every whatever, they'll do that, okay? And choose the best platform for you. Amazon is not the only platform. There are other platforms out there. And personally, I think Amazon's just too saturated now. So if you see an up and coming one, and if you think it's okay and it rates for you, then I would try that and grow with them, okay? You may want to put your work on other platforms. Draft to digital as well is pretty good, because that it's not a platform as such. It's a publishing thing where you put your work on there and it will publish to all of the places, all the stores, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, Kobo, whatever it is. So these are things to check out as well. And with Inkitt, you can put your work wherever you want as well. You don't have to put it just in that tier, just on Inkitt. Okay, so it's definitely something to think about to build your reputation as an author. And I'm multi-genre because I get bored if I just write one thing. So you can try it all different ways. Yeah, and see what works for you. So I really hope that's helped you. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them stop you from doing what you want to do. There are a lot of people out there. I'll do a video on the people who comment and review and how to deal with that at another point. But check it out. Amazon is not the only place, okay, that you can build your reputation as an author. And I've put stuff on Inkitt, and I haven't even had to go to social media yet. I'm going to with it again, but I hate social media. Apart from YouTube. YouTube's pretty good at times. Again, you're battling an algorithm, AI, whatever, which is very frustrating. But that's the nature of the game. So, it allows you to talk about things and air your frustrations, whatever. Okay, with just will not go on X, formerly known as Twitter, because I don't like Elon Musk, but that's another story. And there are a lot of trolls and things like that. But, you know, which is actually another point to make about Inkitt. If somebody is, you know, saying nasty stuff, though, you can remove them. You can block them from your well, all of your work. You can remove their comments. There's a great support staff there as well. I think it was Magnus, who was absolutely brilliant with me. He was fantastic, very patient, and really, you know, really keen to help. There's also an influencer program as well, that if you get a lot of people coming in, they will invite you to join your influencer program, which you can earn more money on again. And yeah, you can you know, you can put things the way you want, where, you know, if there's a horrible comment on Amazon, and let's face it, there's the phantom 1-star reviewer who goes around everybody's work and just puts a star, and there are actually people paid. I would not advise going on Goodreads. There is this woman's wicked witch. I'm sorry, but she is really awful. I don't know who she is. She puts herself out as female. She might be a man for all I know. He, she, they, whatever. Yeah, well, gender fluid here. I don't know, but she puts they put the persona as a woman. It could be a few people. It could be a group of people. And they deliberately go around trashing people's work, and they get paid for it. Okay, and these reviews, they're doing it on Amazon all the time. You have more control on Inkitt. As I say, at the moment, it's, you know, let's see how it all goes. It's still growing as a platform. So at the moment, 4.5 to 5 stars, I would rate it. Okay, Amazon, 2.5, 3. And to have been, you know, I've been writing with it. I've had to complain to them, I don't know how many times. I'm not the only one. I'm not a complainer. It takes a lot for me to actually do that. This is the first rant about this I've had in ages. Okay, I don't do that kind of thing, but sometimes you really have to stand up. Because when I tried to republish my work that had been dropped by Blushing Books, they made it incredibly difficult for me, because this book's been published before under another publisher. You can't, they change their rules all the time, everything, what goes, what doesn't, because they're all about the reader. They're all about what the reader wants. They don't give a monkey's about what you, the writer, feel. So yeah, that's my rating, if you like, of Amazon and versus Inkitt. But you know, we'll keep doing it. We'll keep an eye on it, and I'll review again and keep you updated. But definitely try it out. But I can't stress enough: protect your work. I would even put now, because of AI, on your if you're publishing it. I would put on something about not giving, I don't know how you word it, I can't remember how I worded it, that you do not give permission for it to be used for AI purposes, okay, or AI training, okay. There's a lot of hoo-ha about that. They've won, I think it was the Authors Guild in the US, have won, they won something against the company stopping them from doing that, okay. So protect your work, okay? Right, so I hope you come back again and you'll check my work out on Inkitt. And if you have your work on Inkitt, let me know and I'll check out your work as well, okay? And yeah, take care of yourselves and please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.